Julia with the Church of Christ the Worker. Today I've been asked to come on and talk about the recent violence that's been going on with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE. We've been seeing these armed men roving our communities and attacking people with little to no provocation. If I were to say that a few years ago, you would have thought that I was talking about some kind of street gang or even military invasion, but no. This is our own federal law enforcement. When I was growing up, I was told that you could trust the police. I was told that they were there to serve the general interest of safety and justice. And while I do believe that there are some who go into law enforcement for that, as a system, that's not what law enforcement is there for. It's to protect the interests of the powerful right now. And that is especially true with some agencies more than others. Like the Federal Park Service, okay, yeah, you don't really hear a lot of abuses from park rangers when they're enforcing the rules. But these feds, the ICE, it seems like the only thing we ever hear from them is them causing more harm to our communities. And I know if you're already like me, if you're very progressive, I don't need to convince you how I feel about ICE. And I also know that if you're very conservative, very much MAGA type, I'm not going to be able to convince you here to dislike them. So instead, I want to address those of you more towards the middle. And I want to ask you a simple question. Is this the standard that you want to hold law enforcement to? We saw a woman got gunned down just because she was trying to drive away from a thug with a gun. She was scared for her life, and she panicked, and she got shot. And while I certainly have strong feelings about regular street cops, they usually don't act like that. So this is an escalation. This is worse. Is this really the standard that you want to hold them to? That's my question, and I'm going to stick with it. Because if ICE can do this, so then it'll be every other law enforcement bureaucracy. The rules aren't really enforced very much for the police, and now we're seeing those few protections we had against them continue to be eroded. Is this the world you want to live in? Do you want to live in a society where the police have unchecked power for violence? Because I know I don't. And I'm addressing a lot of people who I don't think that they will either. So may the Prince of Peace guide us in justice as we work to build a better world. Amen.